The American automotive industry, once roaring with post-pandemic optimism and fueled by pent-up consumer demand, seemed unstoppable just months ago, but now it has slammed into an unexpected wall, leaving many in shock. After a record-breaking summer, sales have plummeted, leaving dealerships eerily quiet and automakers scrambling to understand what went wrong. This isn't just a blip, it's a sharp, industry-wide downturn that's rippling from Detroit to California, affecting every corner of the market. The seasonally adjusted annual rate, or SAAR, nosedived in fall 2025, signaling deep trouble and sending shockwaves through the financial sector. The Trump administration, touting economic strength and job growth, was blindsided by this sudden collapse in a key American industry. One overlooked factor: the sudden disappearance of Canadian buyers who for years boosted sales in northern states and helped keep inventories moving. Economic woes in Canada have dried up this cross-border demand, adding even more pressure to an already strained market and leaving dealers with excess stock. Tariffs and trade wars, meant to protect U.S. industry, may have backfired, raising prices, squeezing consumers, and making new cars unaffordable for many families. The narrative of a booming economy no longer matches the reality for millions facing higher prices, tighter credit, and fewer options on the showroom floor. As November 2025 ends, the industry stands at a crossroads, forced to confront vulnerabilities that were long ignored and to rethink its future. The question now: can the American auto market restart its stalled engine, or is a long road to recovery just beginning? 2025 began with hope, as the auto industry looked to rebound from years of uncertainty. Dealers opened their doors with renewed optimism, and customers returned, eager to see what was new on the lot. By August, the U.S. auto industry was on fire, sales were up, and records were being shattered across the country. Showrooms were packed, and the energy was electric. Hyundai, Kia, and Toyota posted double-digit gains, fueled by pent-up demand and improved inventories. These brands became the talk of the industry, as buyers flocked to their lots in search of the latest models. Showrooms buzzed with buyers, and even Ford saw a surge, especially in electric models. The shift toward EVs was unmistakable, with test drives and new launches drawing crowds, but the party ended abruptly in October, catching many by surprise. The SAAR plunged, and brands that had just celebrated record months saw sales fall off a cliff. The sudden downturn sent shockwaves through the industry. Subaru, Mazda, and Volvo all reported sharp declines, confirming a market-wide freeze. Dealers who had been riding high now faced empty showrooms and anxious staff. November forecasts were grim, an 8% year-over-year drop, with every segment, from compacts to pickups, taking a hit. The slowdown was broad and deep, affecting every corner of the market. The industry's focus shifted from growth to survival, as the depth and duration of the slump became the new concern. Executives scrambled to adjust strategies and cut costs. The dramatic reversal left automakers scrambling to adapt. Production lines slowed, and urgent calls were made to suppliers and partners. The question was no longer how high sales could go, but how deep the slump would be, and how long it would last. The mood had shifted from excitement to anxiety. The summer's optimism had vanished, replaced by uncertainty. Dealers and automakers alike wondered what the next months would bring. The American auto market was in uncharted territory, facing challenges it hadn't seen in years, and the road ahead was anything but clear. The summer sales boom was supercharged by a federal EV tax credit, up to $7,500 off electric vehicles. Buyers rushed to dealerships, pushing EVs to a record 12% of all retail deliveries in August. But the tax credit expired at the end of September, creating a frantic, artificial sales spike. Automakers borrowed sales from the future, knowing the rush would end abruptly. When October arrived, EV demand collapsed. Without the tax break, high sticker prices scared off buyers, and showroom traffic dried up. The market's dependence on subsidies was exposed. Without them, the transition to electric stalled. High prices and limited supply only made things worse. The sharp drop in EV sales became a key driver of the overall market collapse. The lesson was clear: incentives drive demand, but they can't build a stable market alone. When the credits vanished, so did the buyers. Affordability became the auto market's Achilles heel in 2025. New car prices soared, driven by supply chain woes, expensive materials, and a focus on luxury trims. Tariffs on imported vehicles and parts, intended to protect U.S. jobs, only pushed prices higher for everyone. Even domestic brands felt the sting, passing costs to consumers. Leasing, once a lifeline for budget-conscious buyers, dried up as interest rates rose and future values became uncertain. Without affordable options, many Americans simply stopped shopping for new cars. The market became a playground for the wealthy, shutting out the middle class. The sales collapse wasn't just about lost incentives, it was the breaking point of an affordability crisis. The American consumer had finally been squeezed too far. The industry's summer momentum was no match for these mounting pressures. Another blow came quietly from the north. For years, Canadian buyers crossed the border, lured by better prices and selection, giving U.S. dealers a reliable sales boost. In 2025, that stream slowed to a trickle. Dealers in northern states reported a sharp drop in Canadian customers. The reason wasn't politics, it was economics. High inflation, rising rates, and financial uncertainty in Canada made cross-border car shopping a luxury few could afford. Even with favorable prices, the cost and risk no longer made sense for most Canadians. Their absence removed a key pillar of support for many dealerships already under strain. The U.S. auto market's fate is tied to its neighbors, and when Canada feels the squeeze, so does America. The silent retreat of Canadian buyers deepened the slump. Not all automakers suffered equally in the downturn. While the industry as a whole faced significant headwinds, some brands managed to not only survive, but actually thrive during these challenging times. Toyota stood out, with its light truck division posting a 17% sales jump in October, thanks to hot models like the Grand Highlander and Tacoma. These vehicles captured consumer interest with their reliability and modern features, making Toyota a clear winner when others faltered. Ford also found success, especially with its Mustang Mach-E, which saw a 35% sales spike in August. The company's investment in electric vehicles paid off, attracting new buyers and reinforcing Ford's reputation for innovation. Strong products and loyal customers helped these brands weather the storm. Their ability to connect with buyers and deliver what the market wanted made all the difference. Hyundai and Kia, after a record summer, faced a harsh fall. Kia managed a slight gain, but Hyundai's sales slipped. The momentum they built earlier in the year wasn't enough to shield them from the market's sudden shift. Mazda and Mitsubishi struggled, with Mazda's sales dropping and Mitsubishi pivoting to fleet sales as profits plunged. These brands found it difficult to adapt quickly, highlighting the challenges of staying competitive. The market's volatility exposed weaknesses and rewarded brands with the right mix of vehicles and strategy. Those who anticipated trends and responded swiftly were able to capture valuable market share. The lesson: resilience required more than just riding a sales wave. It demanded adaptability, innovation, and strong product appeal. Brands that invested in new technology and design were better positioned to succeed. In a turbulent market, only the best prepared brands thrived. Their foresight and flexibility set them apart from the competition. The rest were left scrambling to survive, forced to rethink their strategies as the industry continued to evolve. The 2025 slump exposed deep flaws in both policy and industry strategy. Tariffs meant to protect U.S. jobs instead fueled an affordability crisis, pushing buyers out of the market. The end of the EV tax credit triggered a predictable bust, yet policymakers seemed unprepared. The industry's foundation was shakier than anyone admitted. Recovery will require a new focus on affordability, more entry-level models, lower interest rates, and smarter incentives. The EV transition needs sustainable support, not just short-term subsidies. Automakers must innovate to cut costs and broaden appeal. Policymakers must align incentives with long-term goals, not just quick wins. The road ahead is tough, but the wake-up call is clear. The American auto market must adapt, or risk stalling out for good. The next chapter depends on learning from 2025's hard lessons.